Hi everyone, it's Hayley, and today I'm going to be giving you a bit of advice on how to balance life commitments with study. So now that I'm a postgraduate student, I do find it quite difficult to balance my life commitments with my studying, and it's very important as like my top tip is just stay organised. You have to have your calendar, even if it's just your calendar on your phone, or you can just have a calendar on the wall in your house, but it's really important that you stay on top of what you're doing because it's so difficult to remember when you've got deadlines, when you've got tutorials, when you've got, work, when you've got family things, you've got friend things. Like, you literally, if it's anything like how I'm experiencing it, you have to stay on top of it. It's also important as well that you prioritise what is the most important thing per day. So that doesn't literally mean you're doing a master's, you have to prioritise that every single time. It means that, you have to think about, say you've got 3 days to study in a week. Well, think about those 4 other days and think about what you can do with family and friends, because it's still important to keep on top of socialising and, stuff like that. It's easy to become consumed by study, and that's not healthy. So, you have to get that fine balance between both, and that's something I definitely do. So as it happens in this first semester, what I do is I do Mondays, Tuesdays are my studying days, so they're the days when I'll do most of my writing and my assignments, and then as it gets later on in the week, I have a part-time job, so I focus on that. And then I also have family and friends to see at weekends and stuff. So, if I have that structure at the moment, and it really helps to have that structure. So it's definitely something that if you're wanting to balance everything quite well and, you're struggling, then definitely just get a calendar, stay organised, and just make sure that you're balancing your priorities equally. There's also another way that I sort of tackle this balance as well, and that is to make sure that you give yourself rewards for doing things that you don't really want to do, and then equally sort of making sure you've got an incentive to do it as well. So, for example, if I do my studying on a Monday and a Tuesday, then that means that on a Wednesday morning before I do my job, I, chill out, watch some programs that I haven't been able to watch, things like that. And if you have that balance, then it makes it all so much easier, because I think it's really easy to become, as I said before, consumed by everything. And if you don't have sort of your set routines and things, where you're letting yourself have a bit of downtime as a reward for doing some hard work, then I don't see how you can keep up your work ethic or anything like that, because you just don't have an incentive. You're just like, well, I don't really want to do this because all I'm going to end up doing tomorrow is more of it. And that's not a healthy way to do it. So, you have to make sure that if you're studying for, say, 6 or 7 hours with a few breaks in between, that then means that after those 7 hours, you're going to watch a film, you're going to go out for tea, like anything like that. You have to make sure you've got those things. You can't just think to yourself, I'm going to study all day until I go to sleep, because it just won't work out. It burns you out, and burning out is one of the worst things that you can do, especially if you're on a postgraduate course like me, because it's so difficult, and burning yourself out is just pointless because you're going to set yourself back even more time. So definitely that is one of the most important things as well, is just make sure that you don't do the same thing constantly with no breaks, and make sure that you've got a reward system in place, or you've got a scheduled downtime where you're just gonna go and chill out and relax and not think about things. And then it's like everyone says when you're revising for exams as well, you come back to it with a fresh mind because you've had a bit of downtime where you've not been thinking about it, because it can be very easy to just forget what you're even writing. And for me as well, if I do that, I end up waffling, and then what's the point in even writing, because you're gonna have to get rid of it anyway. So it's definitely a good thing to do. And as I said as well, have breaks. Don't try and study for hours and hours on end with no breaks. It's just not healthy at all. So yeah, you just have to find what works right for you, really. That's what it comes down to. It's finding what you personally find the most rewarding or works best for you to get the best out of you, and the only way you can find that out is if you try different things. But these are just the things that I do, so hopefully some of them might help you, or at least might help you discover that they aren't right for you, and then you can find something else. So yeah, that's just my advice based on the things that I do. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you very soon, and have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I am wearing my my penguin Christmas jumper just to keep it festive, but yeah, make sure that you have a nice break over Christmas and get back to it in January. See you soon!